I'm so happy to see you. I know it's Sunday, and sometimes it's hard to get up on Sundays. Yeah. So this should be my opening song. Not that I have the rights to it, so I'm not going to sing very much of it, but I'm just going to say it. Waking up is hard to do. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's nobody's song except mine anyway. I just made that up. Waking up is hard to do. They say that waking up is hard to do. Yeah. Okay. You can't bust me on that one because that's nobody's song. Similar tune, I admit, but I can't sing on key anyway. Mm. Had a late night again last night. I may have to move the time of this because this getting up at 5:15 to do something with you at 6 is like, woo! I'm getting really tired. I'm not lying. I may actually try and take a nap, but usually after I've been with you in the morning, I'm so wide awake. I'm so triggered. I can't do it. So much to tell you about. Last night we went to dinner with friends, not with friends, at a friend's house, which I think is always really special because you get to just like visit, you know? There was so much laughter and so much fun, and the food was amazing. I was going to try so hard to remember the name of that food. It was like a soup stew from Spain, from Galicia in northern Spain, I think. Whatever it was, she's got this recipe down. She's going to give me the recipe. But in case you're watching, Anne, here's what I got to tell you. I'm not going to make it. No way. You make it so well. I'm going to leave it to you to keep inviting me over whenever you make it. Because she said she makes it often. It was so good. So good. And then she did homemade flan for dessert, which, as Indy said, is like almost like making his ice cream. It was very good. Yeah. With caramel at the bottom. And when you got to the bottom and you had that caramel sauce to drip over it. Ooh, yum. It was really good. Good morning, Indy. Indy's in the other room. He's not with me. I guess he feels like if he doesn't have music to play for me, there's no reason to be with me here. But Indy, all the kids at home will tell you they love having you tease me, make fun of me, correct me, look up things for me, fix things for me. Yeah, it's good when we're together doing this. I like you here, so you can come back anytime. Come on back. What else? Oh, it's such a good time at dinner last night. And we didn't get home until we call it 2 hours after midnight. Yeah, because midnight to us is 9. Yeah. As you get older, midnight gets earlier and earlier. Truly, it does. What else? What else? Oh, Fritzi. Ugh, I was at Costco yesterday. There's a big controversy again about Costco chickens, by the way. They're telling you it is so inhumane the way that chickens are kept and killed. But can I just say something? The word inhumane and chicken, I don't know. You figure it out. Part of me was like, oh my gosh, we can't eat those anymore. And part of me was really $5 for a whole chicken that can last us for 3 days. I don't know. I don't know. Feed the hungry with Costco chicken. On the other hand, there's so much salt in it. Did you know that? Yeah, you're much better off making your own chicken. It'll be more expensive and it won't taste as good probably, but you're better off. You're healthier. Yeah, healthier. Oh, Fritzy, that's what I was telling you. So I was at Costco and they had these, you go check them out before they're gone. They have these really cute fuzzy jackets. They're fuzzy on the inside and the outside, which is what Fritzy likes. And they had like 4 different colors, but they run really small. I had to get her a large and she's tiny. Anyway, I bought her one of those and I took it over there yesterday. She loved it. Seriously, she loved it. I'm so grateful to still have her. She's so amazing. She's just so dang cute. I'm most of the time when I'm with her, I know she's my mother and I love her because she's my mother, but it's like having a kid, you know? The dementia especially, she misses things. Tracy, good morning. Is Brave Man there because these aren't the original red or pink glasses, but they are red glasses. Yeah. Um, all right. This you might want to get a pencil out for. Tracy, this is going to be like such a fun Sunday. You've got to write this down. You want to go to punoff.com, punoff.com. Every year on this day, well, no, not on this day, but every year for 44 years in Austin, Texas, they have held the annual Pun Off. Yes, and that would be today, and it will be virtual. Usually it's a live event, and they're hoping next year it can be live again. But for right now, oh, do you see that in my glasses? Isn't that annoying? Whoa. Anyway, the Pun Off is today. All times I give you are central times because it's in Austin, Texas. The semifinals are at 11 a.m. Central Time, and the finals are at, oh, please tell me I wrote it down. Oh, 7 p.m. Central Time at the O. Henry Museum, and it's the Pun Off World Championships. They do Punniest in Show. That's a 90-second pun monologue. And they have, like, like anything else, there's different areas of competition. And they want us to know that it's for a worthy cause. Ha 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 ha. I know, right? I'm not going to be here. I'm hoping that where I'm going tonight down in San Diego, I can at least convince them to turn it on for a little while because I really want to see it. And you do know that, oh, Brave Man's not here. Oh well, okay. You do know that pun spelled backwards is nup. And a nup is a nup. Okay, let's move on. It's Mother-in-Law's Day. I know a lot of you don't want to celebrate that. And some of you might. Some of you might have gotten like the perfect mother-in-law. Yeah. Um the first time I got married, I married a guy who didn't have a mother. Well, I mean, he had a mother once, but his mother wasn't alive. So she was a perfect mother-in-law. She never gave me any trouble. No. Mm-mm. We never had an argument. Then I don't have to give you the whole history. But the truth is, I've never really had a evil mother-in-law, but I have a friend who did. Oh, yeah, and I had a relative who did. See, I don't wanna mention names because I don't wanna hurt anybody's feelings, but yeah, one of my relatives had a mother-in-law who was, like, right out of those nasty books about witches. Yeah, she was mean. She was really mean. Anyway, I do know a couple of mother-in-laws who were very nice people, except to their daughter or son-in-laws. Yeah. If you don't know a mother-in-law, you've heard of mother-in-laws, right? Yeah. So just be careful. That's all I want to say. I just want to say, um, where's Obi? Obi is sitting in the other room. He's on, but he's sitting in the other room. And yeah, seriously, he just I think it's boring for him when he has nothing to really do except make comments. But I love it. Tracy had two. She never liked either of hers. I had more than two. Well, I actually only had two because a couple of times there was no mother-in-law to like or dislike. Um, one was really nice. One was just okay. And you know what? I'm not that hard to get along with, so it's all right. And besides, when they're mean to me, it makes them look bad. It doesn't, yeah. Okay, let's forget the mother-in-laws. It is National Bologna Day. Bologna? How come they call it Bologna, but it's spelled Bologna? And is it from Italy? Is that why it's Bologna? And is it Bologna the city or bologna what you eat on a sandwich? That's what I want to know. And when it comes to bologna, my bologna has a first name. It's OSCAR. My bologna has a second name. It's MAYER. Yeah, you remember? My bologna has a first name. It's okay. You guys are gonna get so excited right now, right? Oscar Mayer Bologna. Do you know what this is? Do you? It's an Oscar Mayer wiener whistle. When the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, which my niece spotted wherever she was in Vegas or something last week before, she posted pictures of it. People got so excited. She saw the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, and she said people just kept stopping taking pictures of it because it's such an icon. This is my oldest one. Look at this one. I have two. This is the old one. It's on wheels, like the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Yeah, I saved mine. I know. Don't you wish you had one? Aren't they cool? And okay, more Oscar Mayer trivia, right? My nephew, who we talked about day before yesterday, I guess. He was my nephew. Are you always a nephew once you're a nephew? I mean, he was actually not blood because I was the aunt-in-law. Anyway, Eli Lynette's. When he was a kid, he was one of the kids who was on the commercial of "My baloney has a first name, it's Oscar." Yeah, my nephew. Thank you. Thank you. I get credit because I was somehow connected and we have the last name that's the same. Yes, congratulations to me. Okay. Oh, now this is really something. Chantilly lace had a pretty face and the Big Bopper sang it. The Big Bopper, okay? He was the guy who coined the term music video, like in 1958, and he's credited with doing the first music video of all times. But he was killed on the day that music died. He went down on the plane with Buddy Holly, right? But here's where you might not know. Waylon Jennings was supposed to drive there or something, or go on take a bus. I don't know. No, I know what it was. The Big Bopper had a really bad cold. He was supposed to drive to wherever they were going, but he didn't feel good. And Waylon Jennings gave up his seat on the plane to the Big Bopper. And the plane went down. Look, he was doing the guy a favor, but can you imagine being Waylon Jennings and knowing you were going to be on that plane and you weren't because you gave up your seat? They make movies about stuff like that, don't they? Okay, the Big Bopper. Did you know he also wrote "Hey Little Red Riding Hood, you sure are looking good." I didn't know that. Maybe I'm lying about that, but he wrote Little Red Riding Hood, and I know it wasn't the fairy tale he wrote. Okay, happy birthday to David Nelson. David Nelson, he was not much except Ricky's big brother and Ozzie and Harriet's kid. He was just a nice guy. I don't know anything else to tell you about him. Kevin Kline's birthday. Yeah, he was in Dave and he was in The Big Chill, and I love Kevin Kline. He's awesome. He was also in other things. I'm sure you've seen him in a million things. Happy birthday. I mean, happy birthday. Died today in 2017, not that long ago. Fats Domino. I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill. Okay, but his most famous song was The Fat Man. That's what it was called in 1949. And at that point, it was the first million selling rock and roll song. I didn't think I'd ever heard of it. So I had you know who, Alexa, play it for me on the portal, right? And when she played it for me, I realized I was right. I didn't know who he was. I mean, what that song was. But the words were on the screen. And what I realized was I could easily sing along because it was like almost every word in the song is wah, 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 wah. Are they going to bust me for that? Huh? Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, it was everything was WAH, WAH, WAH. Wah, 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 wah. Anyway, that was Fats Domino. The Fat Man. Okay, in 1962, a movie came out that if you haven't seen the original, because honestly, the remake is nothing compared to the original. Watch The Manchurian Candidate. Among other people, it's Angela Lansbury is in it, and she is amazing. Frank Sinatra is in it. Seriously, The Manchurian Candidate. This is not a happy Skippy movie, but I think you're gonna love it, and it might even just make you a little uneasy, which is not a bad thing either. Get it? The Manchurian Candidate, the 1962 version, not the later version. Watch the original. Oh, so good. At least I think that's the original. There might have even been one before that. I don't know. In 1940, the 40-hour work week was established. Not like the Jetsons, where they worked 1 hour, 2 hours a day, 1 day a week, something like that, or 1 hour a day, 2 days a week, whatever it was. The 40-hour work week. That was a big deal, by the way, because before the 40-hour work week came along, people were expected to work, like, how much do you need me? 80 hours, 90 hours. It was exhausting and the pay sucked. Today was also in 1929, Black Thursday. I think Black Friday is the day they said, "Oh yeah, we have a major crash," and people started jumping out of windows and killing themselves. But today is, I believe, the first day of. But wait, I've got some funny. I think it's funny trivia for you. In 1940, right before the war started, was it 1940? Wait, I have to check. Hang on. No, 1939. In Wilmington, Delaware, at the DuPont Company, you've heard of DuPont, small company, they came out with the first nylon stockings for ladies. Up until then, it had been silk stockings. Nylon stockings were infinitely less expensive, more durable, and easier to make, I guess. But they were so much in demand that in 1939 they did not come out to the public. They were only sold to people in Wilmington, Delaware, and you had to prove that you were from Wilmington, Delaware in order to get nylon stockings. And I'm thinking to myself, some guy proved he was from Wilmington, Delaware, and made a killing selling them all over the country. Just saying, just saying. Anyway, it wasn't until April of the following year that they actually were available to everybody in the country. So if you're wearing nylon stockings today, which is not very likely, by the way, congratulations. You got them and you didn't have to prove you were from Delaware. Oh, this was cute. John Dillinger, public enemy number one or whatever he was, big robberies. He went into a bank, robbed the bank, biggest bank robbery to date. This was like in the 30s. He robbed the bank of like $75,000, which was a huge amount of money in today dollars. And as he was leaving, there was a guy standing near the door, just shaking like a leaf, holding a bunch of cash. Was a farmer, and John Dillinger said to him, "Is that the bank's money or is that your money?" And the farmer said, It's my money. It's what I got from selling my crops." And John Dillinger said, "Then keep it. I'm not here for your money. I want the bank's money." He was like Robin Hood, which begs the question, if somebody is really nice about some things, but they're evil in other ways, are they okay? Yeah. I said something about so and so's really nice, and the comment returned to me was, "Yeah, for a baby killer." It was like, whoa. I mean, not literally a baby killer, but it's like you've got to look at the whole person. Are they nice about everything? I, this is a question that bears more conversation. That's all I can say. But there were those who said John Dillinger was a heck of a nice guy. Really? But he shot people and robbed banks. Doesn't that make him a bad guy? Even if he does something good? I don't know. Ooh, did you hear about the accident on the movie set the other day? Somebody gave Alec, I think it was Alec Baldwin, a live gun when it was supposed to be a prop gun, and he shot it during the filming and killed the person he shot. Can you imagine? No, I can't even. I can't even. Somebody hands you a gun because you're in a movie and says, "Okay, prop gun," gives you a gun. Cold gun is what they call it. Cold gun. And it turned out not to be cold. It was hot, apparently. Ooh. Um, in 1901, on her 63rd birthday, Annie Taylor was the first person to survive going over the falls in Niagara Falls in a barrel. That's a heck of a way to celebrate your 63rd birthday, isn't it? But she wasn't stupid. She practiced first. She had this special barrel built that had like steel inside and a mattress inside of it, airtight, watertight, and they pumped air into it before she got in it. And they tried it first, like the week before, with a cat. And the cat lived, so she figured she would. And indeed, she was the first person to ever live, not the first person to ever go over the falls in a barrel, but she was the first person to live doing that. How bizarre. Okay, and because you know I love music, I had to share with you that Sarah Hale in 1788, Sarah Hale wrote, and I know this must be in the public domain. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little. There's a reason it's in the public domain, I think. Yeah. Anyway, okay, and now none of you are going to care about this really, but this is the anniversary of the death in 1601 of, I think it's pronounced Tycho Brahe. He was an astronomer back in the he was like this brilliant astronomer who figured out by observation all these things about stars that nobody knew back in the 1600s. He actually had a prosthetic nose, which I didn't know, because he got into a fight with someone, into a duel, and got part of his nose cut off. So for the rest of his life, he had to wear a prosthetic on his nose. Yeah. And the fight, you're going to love this, was about who was a better mathematician. Hello. If you're a mathematician, perhaps you should have had a fight with numbers, not with swords, just saying. So why do I care about Brahe? Because every time I hear his name, I crack up all over again. In the 6th grade at Highland Elementary School in Skokie, Illinois, we had to do reports on astronomers, and we were each assigned an astronomer, and we had to get up and do like a, I don't know, a 2 or 3 minute oral report on that astronomer. I don't have any idea who my astronomer was and who I had to give the report on. But my best friend, Marita Powell, my best friend had to give a report on Brahe, 6th grade, and she had to say bra in front of the whole class. Do you have any idea how that tormented her? And then how humiliated and embarrassed she was? We still talk about it now. Yeah. As a matter of fact, yesterday I sent her a little message that said, Marita, just in case you want to run out and get a candle, tomorrow is the anniversary of Brahe's death. And she wrote back immediately, how do you know these things? And I told her I have to keep track of these things for her because I know how important Brahe was in her life. Ah, good news. Good morning. I see the assassins have failed. I did tell you we saw the new James Bond movie, right? Did I tell you about that? I don't remember if I did or not. We did go to see it with Daniel Craig, the brand new one, License to Die. I don't think we talked about it. Go see it. It's like there are points where you have to kind of suspend belief and just, like, go with the story, but so exciting. It's so exciting and moving. Okay, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Indy and I were both a little teary at the end of it. Yeah, it's a true story. 1987, Michael Jackson, 2 weeks, bad. I put that down because I wanted to say to you, "Oh, and my friend Helene is the one who did the choreography on that video," but I looked it up and she didn't. She did the choreography on Michael Jackson's Captain EO thing at Disneyland. I was close. I did talk about it yesterday. See, I'm getting old. I can't remember what I did yesterday. So sue me. I don't know. All right, word art. The word art for today is maybe it's time to cull the herd. And that's okay. Oh, Tracy, 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 this is a conversation you and I have had so many times. There are people in your life who shouldn't be in your life anymore, folks. Just saying. I'm not telling you who because I don't know. But I just know that if you have people in your life who don't make you feel like you are the best you can be, or in lieu of that, do they remind you of who the best you is? Cull the herd. Cull the herd, get rid of them. Oh, yes, I did play tennis yesterday. Thank you. Indy and I played tennis. We had a great warm up. I felt wonderful. We played one set, which is 6 games, and he beat me 5-1, but that one, I won it fair and square. Yeah, I did. And I got some points, and I feel awful today. I do. I hurt pretty much everywhere, but I iced myself when I got home. I can't say I'm really worse, Tracy. I mean, I would say probably I'm like I was before I played tennis. So I'm not going to give it up. The club, our Indian Wells Tennis Garden, is opening up on Monday again. Now that the tournament, the big world tournament, is over. Um, so I'm gonna start playing again, even if all I do is play down a level or 2 and play with people who are just starting, just so I can get out there and run a little bit and hit the ball. Indy really made me run though, and it wasn't right. I shouldn't have been running as much as I did. And finally, I'm the one who had to say, "Okay, I'm done," because I could feel it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But basically, I'm good. Thanks for asking. All right. Get out there. It's Sunday. You don't have to cull the herd today if you want. You can just relax today. Cull tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. But don't forget 11 a.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, the Pun Off World Championships. When I upload this video for people who have to watch the replay, I promise you I will put in the website you go to watch the pun off because I think it's going to be amazing fun. Yeah, I should end with a pun, but honestly, a lot of dad jokes are puns, by the way. I love puns. Okay, I can't think of one right now. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling that funny. I'm not feeling punny. Yeah. I don't feel like the punniest human being on the planet. No, I don't. Okay, love you. Happy Sunday. Go get your coffee warmed up. Indy, I'm coming for you. Yeah, baby. Bye, everybody. See you on Monday. Oh, but not from here. I'll be in Escondido tomorrow because I'm going to San Diego in just a few hours. Bye bye, my friends. Oh, I want to stop, but you know what? The little thing you click on to say I'm done appears to be gone. Let's see if we can move this up. There it is. I can leave you now. I leave you now. Ba da 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 da.